Hey, Justin here with High Priority once again. Did you notice something that didn't happen there? Amp steps don't come out. This has been something that I know is not going to pertain to a lot of people, but it pertains to me. So I'm going to show you what's going on here. Check this side out. See? Works just fine. But the one on the other side has not been working for quite a while, actually. I think the last time it legitimately worked was 2 years ago. So this step has been stuck in the upright position for 2 years. So what we're gonna do is we're going to kind of dive into this. I have a new motor already. I'll show it to you on the bench here in a minute, but we're gonna take the motor off, see how stuck the step is. I'm kind of afraid that it is rusted on there. And the pins are rusty because I live in Indiana. It's snowy, it gets wet, things rust here. So I'm afraid that that step might be seized in this position. So let's find out. All right, getting underneath here, you can see there's our one pivot pin back there, or pivot joint rather. No motor on that one. And then our other pivoting point is here. Here's our motor. Sorry, the lighting is terrible. It is plugged in right now. It has been unplugged for, I don't know, like those 2 years I said. It's been unplugged and just wrapped up with tape because the initial problem I had is it wouldn't want to work and would get stuck halfway up and it looked kind of stupid, I thought anyways. And I don't want to be an idiot driving around with one step down and one step up. So I got it into the upright position by helping it. And then I unplugged it and I said, to hell with it, I'll worry about it later. Well, that was 2 years ago. So now we're gonna finally get to this. I did plug it in for that little test I just did, and of course nothing happened, but there's just 3 bolts on here. They're 5/32, I think, or you can jam whatever kind of socket you've got on there if you want. All right, that's it. And this should come off there. Okay. Worry about that in a minute. Take that guy out of there. And now let's, oh, it does move. Okay, good. But it is pretty stiff. It shouldn't be that stiff. So I'm gonna go through the process of replacing that motor, making sure that's good. And then, we're gonna take out some other hardware on here and lube this up. I don't care. See if we can get it to just fall how it should. So when you unhook your motor and when you let go of this, it should literally just fall to that position. So we got some work to do. All right, we got the motor off, unplugged and out of there. Now, let's check out the new one. Jeez, I bought this like 5 months ago and I haven't even opened it, so that's pretty sad as to how I get done projects around here. Anyways, I mean, pretty much the same as the old one, right? Wait, there we go. Jesus. Yeah, same everything. So this came from, actually, came with new hardware too. That's pretty awesome. This came from electricstep.com. I covered up my own address, okay? I don't need any fan mail. Came from electricstep.com though. So electricstep.com is amp research. It's just their parts department. So anyways, back to the truck. I tested voltage at the plug. Voltage is perfect. Everything works. When you open the door, the voltage comes up and then it drops. And then when you shut the door, voltage comes up and then it drops. So that's all good. Let's get down here before we install that motor and figure out this. Like, I don't know. I'm just going to spray some WD on it right now in these pins here and there. And we'll see what that does. Maybe that'll loosen it up and I can just cut this and be done in a couple of minutes, right? That would be awesome. So let's do that first. And if that doesn't take, then we're gonna have to figure this out. All right. All right, let's just take the W Dizzle here and do some upper joints first. Oh, forget it. Let's just hit them all. Why am I wasting time? Just freaking hose it. Still super tight. All right, let's gather my thoughts here and figure this out. Thanks, Indiana. What is done to my frame? Good grief. Browntown. Let's pull this hardware out and just start poking around. Maybe we can push these pins out. I don't know. I have no idea. All right, that wasn't so bad. By the way, this ratchet, nice little piece here. If you're interested, it's an SK. I got it on Amazon. And even though I got it on Amazon, when you break it, which sometimes it happens, you can email SK and they will send you a rebuild kit for free. So anyways, the reason I took this running board off is because I wanted to see where the problem was. That's how these should move, is like this, see? Wah, wah, wah. Wonky donkey. So this is our problem right here. This one is way too stiff. So now what do I do? I don't know. I don't really want to remove it from the truck because it's like bolted up into the rocker and all that. So it's exploratory, and it's an exploratory video. So we'll figure it out together. It is getting looser the more I play with it. Damn it. This is supposed to be easy. Put a motor on, spray some WD, and move on with my life. Well, I was told with heat that they would practically fall out. And I'm thinking my problem is down here and not up there, because those ones actually seem like they got some play. Maybe good, maybe bad, but... So I think the issue's on the bottom. I don't know, Chief. Guess we'll do some more torching, see what happens. I don't know if there's a bushing in there that burns out or could burn out or rubber or what, but whatever. They're not moving at all. So maybe heating it up did cooked some goop inside there, some seizure-y or something. You know, I think I'm gonna leave it because I'm wondering if with the weight of the board on here, if it'll bring it down. So maybe that's good enough. You know what I mean? It's got some play there, and I really just don't want to mess anything up to make this worse. Winter's coming, and I don't want to make it, you know, seize up easier. And B, I just don't want to take it apart or bend something. I know this is all machined, so I probably can't hurt it, but I don't want to keep beating on it and doing all this stuff. So let's put the board on first and see how it does with the weight of the step and then we'll go from there. And I don't know. All right, so if you've never messed with these, which you probably shouldn't if you don't have them, but anyways, what we're gonna do now is put the step up, make sure this is all clean down here, and the other one back there. Clean it a lot, make sure it's nice and clean and there's no junk in there. And then we're gonna set it on the 2 arms and lightly put the bolts in, just lightly. We don't wanna crank them down, and then we wanna see how this moves. Hopefully, this is, you know, not too stiff. I'm hoping that this one maybe is just naturally a little bit stiffer because it's got the gear mechanism and stuff on it than that one. This one just is a couple of pivot points. So, you know, we'll see though. So, up, down, yes. Thankfully I didn't beat the hell out of those pins so long that I damaged something, so that's how this should function. It should go from there and then come all the way out, so then the motor has the least amount to work. So we don't want it twisting and binding up. So yeah, all you do really is loosen up these bolts. You can also loosen up these bolts too if you have other issues. Loosen up everything and get that to fall the way that it should, and then you start tightening things up. So I'm gonna tighten it up and check it, tighten it up and check it until this is tight. I don't wanna just go ahead and blindly tighten everything and then we have an issue, so. Yeah, it's coming all the way down. I think we're good. All right, let's put the motor on. All right, so we got the gear here. We got the gear here. It's pretty much just like a window motor on a electric window. I'm not gonna put any lube on here. I don't see a reason to. So I think that might be something else that's just gonna collect dust and get a bunch of junk in it, because all we have over it is just this little dust cover. And before you comment and complain that, "God, Justin, you sprayed WD-40 over everything and that's just gonna get dirty." Yeah, that's true. I don't really have a rebuttal other than I'll wipe it down, I'll wash it off, whatever. So, is what it is, my friends. You're gonna have to move them to kind of get the teeth to line up. Plastic, I don't really see any reason to crank the bejesus out of it, so. All right, let's plug it in and stand back, I guess, so. All right. All right, so that's in. It's the moment of truth now. Let's see what happens here. Yes! I'm so excited for this. You don't even realize, because I have lived without that step for 2 years now. My kids are gonna be excited because I always have to pick them up to get them in there, so yes. Something that I forgot to mention in the original recording of this video and getting all that footage is if your steps do not work, if they come out and they go back up and they jerk and they stutter, and one or both of them has that issue. Sometimes it's usually just one step that starts freaking out and doesn't do what it should do. And you've checked your motor and it's not the motor and the pins aren't stuck and the step's not seized up. What you're gonna wanna check is your control box. So it's this control box here, this amp one. This one is an A-06. This is already an upgraded one. I've already had to replace the original controller in this truck. The original ones are like a big boxy one, but those old ones, those big boxy ones, they tend to go out. I don't know what happens with them, but they start to freak your steps out and they make them not want to work. So if everything else is good, check the control box. You can buy new ones of those on the same place I got the motor. I'll link it in the description so you can check it out, but that's just one thing I forgot to mention originally. Anyways, If you have any questions or comments for me, please leave them below. Here's the part number to the amp motor, this guy. I'll link it in the description. I bought this from electricstep.com, but it might be on Amazon, and since I am an Amazon affiliate guy, I'll put an Amazon link on there too, so you guys can check that out. Tools, anything else, let me know. Also, does this look like a Where's Waldo sweater? Because I had a comment earlier on an old video, but I'm gonna get a new one. My wife just told me that she hated it too, so the sweater's gonna go. Maybe I'll get some merch. Maybe I'll get some high priority merch and then eventually sell that. But all right, if you like the video, please give it a big thumbs up. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.